Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Tuesday. I'm glad you're here. I am fortunately not in the building today. My son is sick, so I'm home with him. So today you're going to be starting the next project, which is the wire figure mixed media sculpture. It's a really fun challenge, so I'm excited for you guys to start it today. You're going to start by opening up the 3A wire figure practice document Google Classroom. We're going to be learning about the human proportions, and you're going to be completing questions 1 and 2. All right, so first, we're going to be creating some wire figure sculptures for the end result of this project. Here's some different examples of wire figure sculptures. What you'll notice is the actual human anatomy of the sculptures are the dark wire, and that these figures are in a gesture or position to suggest some specific action. The action is so specific that you know who the people are, or at least the activity they're performing. Whether it is gymnastics, an athletic event, it can be a variety of different things. Also, notice how the block or the stand is decorated to help communicate that action. And there's at least one prop. That prop can be sport equipment or it could be clothing. Now, it does not have to be an athletic activity. It could be a favorite character from a movie, show. It could be a historical character. It could be even somebody performing a more mundane action. It's up to you. The only criteria is that it must be a human or a humanoid. In other words, you can't do like a scorpion or an antelope. We're going to start by learning about figure drawing. The figure is another word for the shape of a human's body. The drawing of the human form in any of its various shapes and poses or postures is what we're focusing on for the activity of this unit. Drawing is arguably the most difficult subject, and the human figure is one of the most enduring themes in visual arts. In other words, it's consistent over time. It's used over and over to convey meaning, tell a story, and invoke emotion. Leonardo da Vinci was a famous artist who was born in 1452 and died in 1519, and he was a part of the Italian Renaissance. He was known for a lot of different things, which include painting, sculpture, architecture. He was also a scientist, mathematician, engineer, inventor, and he was known as being a Renaissance man, which is a person who has a variety of different diverse skills. He was known for doing a lot of different things. One standout thing was painting the Mona Lisa, but what we're focusing today is his sketch of the Vitruvian Man. This was a drawing that was created in 1485, and it showed ideal human proportions. Before this time period, people didn't quite know how to draw people accurately, and he really zeroed in and defined the specific measurements and volume and depth of individuals. And he did this by fusing science with art. He really figured out the different dimensions and positions of a person by looking at cadavers, which are deceased bodies, by looking at them literally, by peeling apart different components of the anatomy to really learn and study what makes up a person. Proportions is what we're going to be using today in class. Proportions is when you're relating two or more measurements of the body. One proportion that we're going to be using is 7 to 8 heads tall. Usually I say 8, but 7 will do for the total height. And also the femur is going to be equal to the spine. So let's look at some of these things right now. The total height of this individual, again, is taking this head and recreating it 7 to 8 times. So if you can imagine that head being duplicated on top of itself 7 to 8 times, that's going to be the height that we're looking for. We also want to make sure that the spine, which is right here, is equal to the femur, which is right here. Okay, so those are some critical proportions. Final critical proportion is the shoulder, elbow, hip, hand, and knees is progressing in that order. If you make the hands too short, you're going to look like a Tyrannosaurus Rex. If you have the hands too low, you're going to make your person look like an orangutan. So you want to make sure that you're, again, following the shoulders, elbows, hips, hands, and knees for those different proportions. What you're going to be doing is doing some drawings today. using these guides. Now let's take a look at the practice document that you'll be using. The practice document is your standard format. You'll notice that there's questions on the left with linked resources, which include presentations, videos, as well as images. For question number 1, you're going to be doing a written response by answering these 3 questions here. All the answers I just went over and are in the presentations right here. Okay. Next, you're going to be completing at least 3 drawings, but in reality, if you get done early, you just keep drawing. Okay, so minimum of 3. The 3 drawings that you are going to be working on today are going to be following the guides that are found in the linked presentation here. So you are going to be attempting to draw a figure in a static position, which just means standing still, with the measurements that we just covered right here. Okay. Again, 8 heads tall, 7 to 8 heads tall, femur equal to spine, and making sure the progression of body parts is shoulders, elbows, hips, hands, and knees. You can watch You can watch the video from here, or you can watch the video from here. But basically, it's going to walk you through step by step how to complete this activity. So you can watch this video. You can even pause it while you're drawing to create it as accurately as possible. I talk a little bit and then I kind of show how I create my specific figure. Notice how the figure is filling the entire page. So it's the length of one piece of paper up and down, or portrait. And you cannot draw more than 1 person per page. So I want you to use up 3 full pages of paper to create a large figure on your artwork. Also notice how I'm adding volume to my character after I draw my figure in. So rewatch this on your own with volume on and regular speed so you know what to do and how to do it. Once you're done with at least 3 drawings, you're going to photograph them and insert them into here by clicking Insert, Image, and then Upload from your computer. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow where we'll do some more gesture drawings as well as some live model drawings this week. Work hard, have fun, and be creative.